recording real quick, and this really will only be like maybe 3 to 5 minutes, if that. I just wanted to show how you can access some of our resources from off campus, and you can use some outside resources to access university holdings that we have, which is kind of useful. Diane and I really like it. So welcome again to another brief Teams talk. Today I'm going to talk about how you can use PubMed, which we use the OutsideTool to connect to our serial solutions holdings, so you can actually find articles that Liberty has access to through our PubMed link. I also want to show how you can use Google Scholar as a discovery tool. If you're looking for articles that we might have access to, you can actually use Google Scholar for that, which I prefer to the Summon discovery tool that the university uses over top of all of our holdings. And I'm hoping to be able to show what trying to access some different resources from off campus looks like on my phone. And I do that by disconnecting from the Wi-Fi and using my cellular connection. Sometimes it works, sometimes I don't have a real strong data connection here on the 4th floor, so hopefully that will work. But just really quickly, I usually show where you can find these things. So I've showed this before, but if you go to the LUCOM library page, liberty.edu/LUCOM/library, and go down to the databases dropdown, and if you'll see here, we've got links to all of our databases, A to Z medical databases. We have a lot of popular databases. I've done one of these Teams talks on the course guides and textbooks where we organize everything we have. But I want to show the PubMed link here, and we try to stress that if you're interested in using PubMed, try to use this link on the LUCOM library page, because when you click on that, if you look up here in the URL, it's not just pubmed.gov. At the end of the URL, it's got OTool equals VA LUCOM lib. So we actually configured our serial solutions information in something they use at the National Library of Medicine called OutsideTool, so it connects to our holdings. So if you're using this link to PubMed to look for articles, and I want to find one that's not a free PubMed Central. Okay, so diagnosis and management of hypertension and obesity. This looks like it's a Wiley article, but you'll see, because we have it in some database here at Liberty, everything we have access to, if you find it in PubMed using this link, you'll see a button that says Get It at Liberty. And when you click on that, it'll take you to our ALMA, which is our it's just our database, what we use, our ILS, and you'll find which databases you have access to. So that article is actually available in 2 overlapping databases: Medline Ultimate, which is full text Medline PubMed content, and in Wiley Online Library through Viva. So that either of these will take you to that article. But anything you find in PubMed using that link with our outside tool, if we have it, there'll be a button directly to it. So it kind of saves you time from having to track down articles and which databases we have, or even trying to do interlibrary loan requests for articles that we might already have immediate electronic access to.
Yeah, and I might add, Rob, when I've gone outside of that link and done it, sometimes it's when I put in, sometimes it'll ask you for institutional affiliation. I put in Liberty, it doesn't show. So
okay.
This is actually a better way to do it. And I constantly forget to go through this link. So much easier when I do.
Yeah, we set this up so it just makes the discoveries a little bit easier. It kind of just takes away from some steps from trying to find full text articles. The other thing I wanted to show real briefly is Google Scholar. If you go to the medical library page, I don't know how many people actually use this, but there's a little box here. It's called Summon. This will search. It's just a box. You type in what you're looking for and search. It's not really complex or advanced, but it'll search all the university holdings. If you go to the Jerry Falwell library page, they have this. It's the same box. It's got more buttons and it's more configured. But you'll see this is the same thing. It summons. You can search for articles. You can do advanced searches here, but this is the discovery tool that sits on top of all of the holdings at the university. So you can use this, and it'll automatically show what we have access to. But Diane and I like to show that you can actually use Google Scholar, which we're kind of fond of, and you can actually search for our university in the settings for library links for Google Scholar, and then when you're searching for articles or abstracts in Google Scholar, it'll actually connect to our full text holdings just like PubMed with our outside tool did. But you just click on this little, on Google Scholar, you click on this little ellipses or whatever this little stack of lines here is, and you go down to settings, and you'll see on the left, you'll see library links. and I've already turned it on, but if you don't see Liberty University, you just search Liberty University, and you'll find a box for view it at LU, and you toggle that on and save that. And so then if you search for articles in Google Scholar, even though you're off campus or somewhere else, because it's connected to the library holdings, you'll see this button to view it at LU, and it'll take you, just like the other PubMed link did, to where you can find that this is available in multiple databases in Alma. If you're off campus and you're using Google Scholar, and PubMed too, it's going to ask, when you actually click on the resource to access the article, it's going to ask you to sign in with your Liberty username and password. We use something called Open Athens. So that's how it's going to authenticate your access from off campus, but you can search all of our holdings using Google Scholar and PubMed. And so that's just the two main things I wanted to show. I know it's very, very short. The third thing I wanted to show, I was trying this earlier, and I don't know how well this is going to work because I'm actually using my phone to show this, and I'm trying to use my cellular data connection. And sometimes I only have like 1 or 2 bars up here on the 4th floor. So I'm going to mirror my screen, and hopefully I can show you this. So if you go to the medical library page from off campus, and this is just on my phone, so that's why it looks kind of short like this, but you go, say we go back down to databases here, expand that, and this is just like it looks like on the browser on the computer. Let's say I want to go to clinical key. So if I tap on clinical key, we used to use something called Easy Proxy, and now we use something called Open Athens. For the most part, this won't look, if you've been at LUCOM a while, or if you're a second or third or fourth year student viewing this, it won't look any different. It'll just look the same single sign-on that you're used to seeing. You'll just type in, well, it's trying to sign me in because I've accessed it from this phone before, but it'll give you a box where you put in your Liberty username and your password. So and so that won't, if you're like I said, if you're a returning student or a faculty member that's been here for a while, this probably already looks familiar. It doesn't look any different from Easy Proxy. It's just that we're using Open Athens instead of Easy Proxy. And you'll see it says login openathens.net, and it's taken me to the resource eventually with 1 bar on my phone. Okay, well, let's see, is it going to do it? You can see I have very little connectivity up here. We don't have to wait for it. That's how you'll access resources. You'll just the same single sign-on. It'll look the same way it did with Easy Proxy, but we're using Open Athens. This last thing I want to show that's a little bit different with Open Athens. If you're using any of our mobile medical apps, and so for example, I know we have a lot of preceptors and students on clinical rotation that use UpToDate. If you download the UpToDate app from either your App Store or Google Play, and let's say I click on the app, in the past, you used to have to access UpToDate through a browser, sign in with to Easy Proxy, access UpToDate, create a login, and then sign in with your username and password. I think you can still do it that way, but there's another way now. Underneath username and password login, it says login using your institution, and you'll see Open Athens there. And if you tap on Open Athens, I don't know if this is actually it's going so slow. It'll pull up a box that says search for your institution, and you can actually type in Liberty University. When you search it, you'll find a link for Liberty University. And here we go. And when you tap on that link, so let's go ahead and show you. Oops. Liberty University. And when I tap on it, I can see sign in, and it'll take a second, and then it looks just like the old single sign-on. So same thing, Liberty username and password, and that will sign you into the resource through the app using Open Athens on your phone. So those are really the main things.
Rob, can you tell me? So I haven't been able to get my UpToDate to work. It keeps like timing out after a month or something, and like right now I tried my app and it says this account does not have permission to activate this device. Quit, log out. What is going on? I get these emails that say you've expired and all this stuff.
You used to have to re-authenticate You used to have to re-authenticate the app.
Yeah.
I think it was every 90 days. You had to go
Yeah,
through
I
the
think so.
website on the
Yeah.
browser, sign in, and that re-authenticated it. I didn't think we had to do that anymore with Open Athens, but I'll look into it because I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm just going to
I've
try really
gotten
quickly.
emails. I've gotten emails telling me, and then when I go to it, it says it's not activated. Log out. I don't know that I want to log out. I've quit.
Right.
I can't get to the terms, so I don't really understand how this is working anymore. So if you could figure that out, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll try to see if we can
Okay.
still do it the old way. I'm actually trying while we're talking. I'm trying my old login to see if it works. My connection's so slow right now. I don't know if it's going to.
So should I log out? Is that the issue? You should
You
log
could try logging out of it and then logging back into it using this
back
Open
in.
Athens link
Okay,
and
maybe
see
that would be.
if that'll do it. I'm not sure. I thought by us using Open Athens, we weren't going to have to do that reauthentication every 3 months.
Yeah, because that's a pain.
Yeah. But I'll find out. If I can't figure it out, I'll
Okay.
reach out to the rep and figure it out.
I'm going to try it with what you just said and see if that works.
RC, I gotta leave early tonight. You gonna be all right alone?
But that's what I wanted to show today. I know that's really brief. It's only 12:41, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that you can access our holdings through our PubMed link using that link on the library page. You can also use Google Scholar as your discovery tool if you're looking for articles that are within our university holdings, and also that you can still access resources from off campus using your Liberty username and password. So that was basically it for today. I appreciate everybody's time. And this recording will be up on the LibGuide under brief how-to videos with all the other recordings. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your day.
Hey, just an FYI.
Sure.
When I logged out and I logged back in, it says it's lapsed because I haven't verified my affiliation with Liberty. I need to go to the uptodate.com login from the Liberty University Inc. network.
Oh, so we still have to do that.
Do you still have to do that every 3 months or whatever?
I didn't think you did, but maybe you do. So all you would do is just, from your office there, go to the Lucon page, go down here, click on up to date, and it'll ask you for your Liberty username and password. And once you're on the site, you'll just sign into the resource again, and that'll re-authenticate. I didn't think we had to do that anymore. I thought Open Athens did away with that, but.
So is that on the data under the database? Is that where you just went?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
If you just expand databases, it's down there near the bottom.
Okay. All right. Will do. All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
You too. Thank you.
Absolutely, Dr. Schluter.
Cancel.